Most people missed what happened yesterday, and that's exactly why it matters. Mayuguno did not argue, he didn't defend himself as always, and he did not mention names that he is used in mentioning. Instead, he calmly spoke about a creator he enjoys watching and recommended him to the beginners. Whoever wants to or is starting a YouTube channel, you can go there, watch that individual. Even for the big channel, that the people that we know as a big content creator, and for those who will wish to travel, that actually from Mayuguno's video, that may sound harmless, but on YouTube, that is a signal, because the most important message on this platform is not always what you say. It is what you stop saying. Silence is not a weakness. Silence is a strategy. When a creator who has been surrounded by pressure, conflict, and constant reaction suddenly changes focus, that tells you one thing: a chapter has closed. This is why the title of this video is Mayuguno's new boss. Not because anyone controls him, but because every serious creator has a reference point, a standard, a direction, and the moment you change who you study, you change who you become. What you are watching is not actually drama. It is evolution. People want actually to change. And the way we know, change sometimes is inevitable. So it is a quiet exit from chaos and a move towards longevity. And if you stay with me, I'm going to explain why this one small moment says more about the future than 100 of arguments ever could. So watch this clip, then we dive deep.
This is my favorite channel.
You said ni hao.
David Akuduzda.
The gentleman says ni hao.
David Akuduzda.
Alright, ladies and
This
gentlemen.
is the channel I really love to watch. This guy, I love him so much because he's such about YouTube. You wanted to learn much more about YouTube. This is channel for you, especially if for the beginner and even for the big channel, for the big YouTuber, especially traveler, some of the village content. This is my favorite channel, guys. I love it so much, and it showed me the real life, you know.
But maybe I'm gonna get something similar from Nigeria.
You see, he say, listen,
I need to find for, but I have a few things in mind. I want to buy some traditional Nigerian shirts, something like this one. I bought this one from Kenya, and it's my favorite shirt from Africa. But maybe I'm gonna get something similar from Nigeria. And also,
he just buy this look from Kenya. It's my favorite channel, guys. In my life, honestly, I'm gonna take this time to appreciate our family who made me where I am. Today I could not know even to understand what this guy is speaking, but through you guys come and support.
Good people, good individuals, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. Welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa. Maxwell Lumumba is my name, a village boy, a content creator, born and raised in a village setup with a low land, no capital, just survival. That's why we are content creator. That being that, for those who have not subscribed, this journey to 5,000 subscribers, let us actually achieve that by the end of this week, because we only have some few subscribers left, so that we can be reaching 5,000 subscribers in a grace period of 7 to 8 months. That is something that we have really done it in a tremendous way, and I really appreciate. And I really appreciate for the support. I really appreciate for those who are watching these videos till the end without skipping the ads. That is why previous day before yesterday when I was doing my live, I had to launch another YouTube channel that goes by the name Vibe with Lumumba. Basically for lifestyle video and lifestyle video, village logs, and maybe animal videos. So that being that, let us subscribe to that YouTube channel. Let us actually appreciate what is happening. And with that, we call it things are doing well. So for today, I want to talk calmly, deeply, and honestly about something that many people have missed. Something that at first glance looks very small, harmless, and even casual. But in reality, it carries a very powerful message about growth, survival, strategy, and moving on in life and on YouTube. Yesterday, Mayuguno did a video where he said he enjoys watching David Akuzada, that he loves the guy's content, that he even recommend him to the beginners, to big channel, and even to those people who want to do traveling videos. And for many people, that sounded just like a recommendation, just a shout out, just admiration. But if you truly understand YouTube, creator psychology, and life cycle of online conflict, then you immediately realize that this was not random, this was not accidental, and this was not just about liking another YouTuber. This was a statement, a pivot, and in many ways a quiet goodbye to a chapter that had become heavy, dangerous, and emotionally exhausting. Let me say this clearly from the start. This video is not about attacking anyone. I don't attack people. I just say my peace of mind. I do my own analysis and bring it back to the people. Because even what I'm talking about, it is already there in public domain. So, this is not about praising anyone blindly. It is not about creating a new war, because this is a new year, new beginning, and everything has to be new. It is about understanding signals, because on YouTube, creator rarely announce their next move with words alone. They announce it through behavior. They announce it through silence. They announce it through who they choose to associate with publicly. And more importantly, who they stop mentioning completely. Because of recent, we have had a lot of issue with Mayuguno. Some people called him betrayer. Some even attacked him. So when a content creator has gone through pressure, threats, online harassment, offline fear, and prolonged public conflict, and then suddenly stops reacting, stops explaining, stops defending himself, and instead starts recommending a calm, structured, globally respected travel creator. That is not even a coincidence. That is a repositioning. That is psychological detachment. That is a man saying, without saying it directly, that life moves forward and that he has chosen a different lane. You must understand something about YouTube culture. Praising someone publicly is not neutral. Silence is not weakness. Silence is often a strategy. So when Mayuguno chose to speak about someone he watches and respect instead of speaking about people who have caused him stress, he was sending a message to the algorithm, to the audience, and to the potential collaborators, and even to himself. He was saying that his mind is no longer living in conflict mode. He was saying that his inspiration has changed. He was saying that the kind of creator he wants to become is different from the kind of creator he was being forced to go through constant reaction cycle. Let us talk about why this matters so much for months. Mayuguno name has been dragged into narrative that he did not fully control. Narrative about loyalty, betrayal, silence, speaking out, fear, and pressure. And when a creator lives in that environment for too long, two things happen. Either they become consumed by the drama and define the identity by it, or they step back, reassess, and choose a different model to follow. What we saw yesterday was not a man choosing drama. We saw a man choosing a model, because Mayuguno now is tired about the drama. He's tired about asking for forgiveness. He's tired about begging. He's tired about everything. So when he recommends that creator to beginners, big channels, and travelers, that was deliberate language. Beginners represent learning and growth. Big channel represent legitimacy and professionalism. Travelers represent global movement and freedom. This is not random wording. This is a creator mentality actually placed himself in a wider ecosystem beyond village conflict, beyond local YouTube wars, beyond subscribers driven pressure. He is mentally stepping into a global frame of reference, because we know what has been happening. He lost subscribers. Some villagers, some neighbors, some friends, actually they have been threatening him. You have seen a lot of conflict with his former boss. Now, let us address the title that many people will react to emotionally. Mayuguno's new boss. This title is not about control. It is not about replacing one person with another. It is not about submission. On YouTube, a boss is not someone who commands you. A boss is often a reference point, a standard, a compass, a North Star. Every serious creator has one, even if they never say it out loudly. Some creators, you see that they study Mr. Beast. Some study Casey. Some actually study Nas Daily. Others study calm travel storytellers. So, who respect culture and who avoid chaos. Choosing who you study is choosing who you become. In the past, Mayuguno's environment forced him into constant. It has been a constant reaction mode. He was responding to accusations, to narratives, to pressure. Reaction mode is dangerous because it slowly removes your agency. Mayuguno himself even came to the camera crying. I'm not guilty. I never bought that land. A lot of information. So you stop creating and start responding. You stop leading and start defending. And eventually you become a character in someone else's story instead of the author of your own. So the moment a creator steps out of reaction mode and into an inspiration mode, that is growth. That is survival. That is wisdom. And what Mayuguno is doing, because at the end of the day, Mayuguno wants to grow. He has to see his channel growing. He has to survive because subscribers left, some of the subscribers left. So you have to survive. You have to get mechanism of how to survive. And that, with doing that, that is a total wisdom. Notice something else that is very important. Mayuguno did not say, I am done with Marwa. He did not say, I am hurt. He did not say, I forgive. He did not say, I accuse. He said none of that. He simply talked about what he likes watching. That is emotional maturity. And that is what people do when they are done explaining themselves. Silence does not mean that you have surrendered. Silence is closure. So in YouTube history, many creators who successfully transitioned from conflict to longevity did exactly this. So they stopped addressing the old narrative and started feeding the algorithm a new identity. The algorithm is not emotionally, it responds to pattern. So when you respond, actually when you stop mentioning drama and you start mentioning craft, the algorithm slowly detaches you from the old audience and introduces you to a new one. This is not instant. It is painful. It involves losing some viewers, but it is necessary if you want peace and sustainability. And that is what Mayuguno has chosen. Mayuguno has decided to choose peace. So there is also a safety element here that the people must not ignore. When online conflict spills into offline threats, when families are mentioned, when fear becomes real, any sane human being will reassess their path. YouTube is not worth dying for. Content is not worth endangering your loved ones. Choosing a calmer content model is not cowardice. It is a responsibility, because at the end of the day, you have to know what is good for you and what is bad for you. Let us talk about audience psychology. When a creator publicly praises a calm, respected figure, the audience subconsciously liberates how they see him. So some will resist because drama addicts hate and peace. So some will leave because conflict was their entertainment. But a new audience quietly arrives. Because even for me, I started with animal videos. I saw that I was training a lot, going to travel all the way to Eldoret, to Nairobi, to Meru, so that I can do content. I was really struggling a lot. So I said, I'm done with these animal video. Let me just do about lifestyle video. I started lifestyle video. I saw it is not working out. So I needed to, then I changed to reaction video about drama. And there is where I am. So people who value storytelling, people who value travel, people who value growth, their viewers are less loud, but they are more stable. Yeah, because when you compare about all these content creators, those who do travels, their viewers are they're actually not that much loud, but they are more stable. They do not demand daily fights. They do not demand loyalty tests. They simply watch, because even for them, they want to explore the world. They want to see how people live with each other, how this creator does it. So this is why I strongly believe that what we saw yesterday was a soft launch of a new chapter. Not announced, not dramatized, just quietly introduced. And this is often the smartest way to move on, because it denies drama the oxygen it needs to survive. Yeah. Now let us contrast paths without attacking anyone. One path on YouTube thrives on constant reaction, constant enemies, constant loyalty wars. It can grow faster, but it burns people out. The other part thrives on craft, consistency and respect. It grows slower, we call it slower, but it lasts longer. One path creates fear, the other one creates freedom. One path traps you in a village of conflict. The other one allows you to move across borders, culture, and audience. Mayuguno's recommendation yesterday tells me he has chosen which path he wants to study, and you become what you study. That is a universal rule, not just on YouTube, but in life. Some people were speculating that maybe Mayuguno will be joining the lazy gang. I don't know, lazy gang or reaction, the reaction video, the reactors. I don't know what it means, but what I can say, so when people hear the title Mayuguno's new boss and react emotionally, they are missing the deeper meaning. This is not about obedience. This is about the influence. It is about who shapes your thinking. It is about who you measure yourself against. It is about what standards you adapt when no one is watching. And finally, let me say this. Moving on does not mean that the past did not matter. It simply means it is no longer controlling you. Growth is not loud. Growth does not insult. Growth does not explain itself to everyone. Growth simply changes direction and lets time to do the talking. So, if you truly understand YouTube, you understand that yesterday's video was not about watching someone. It was about choosing peace over noise, longevity over chaos, and future over the past. And whether people like it or not, life moves forward. The algorithm moves forward, and creators who understand when to pivot are the ones who survive. Actually, this is not the end of the story. It's the end of a chapter, and sometimes the most powerful statement a creator can make is not what he says about his past, but what he chooses to learn from the next. Because for Mayuguno, he has really tried. He has asked for forgiveness. He has begged. He has come up and said that I'm ready to come on the table, then we discuss about the issue. I'm ready to solve the issue, but nothing is really working out. So the only thing he has to do, let me take my own step, a peaceful step, and that is what Mayuguno has done. Let us subscribe, let us like, let us comment, and that is the end of today's video. Goodbye for now. Let us meet in the next episode. Goodbye.